I've got a totally different story for you. It's serious stuff. Illinois. It's got a huge, and I mean huge, pension problem. About $130 billion worth of unfunded pension benefits. That's money that they've got to pay out in the future, but they don't have the money. Joining us now is the governor of Illinois, Bruce Rauner. Governor, welcome to the program. And the obvious first question, what can you do about this?
Yes, Stuart, good morning. Good to be with you. We have a huge debt problem in Illinois. It's actually worse than you said. We have almost $200 billion of debt, of pensions and other forms of debt. There are three solutions to our challenge. Number one, we need significant pension reform, and we put that forward in our legislature. Number two, we need to shrink the cost of our government bureaucracy. We have some of the most expensive, largest government bureaucracies of any state in America. And number three, we need to make our economy more competitive, grow faster, grow more good-paying jobs, and grow our way out of our debt challenges.
Well, those are three responses to your debt challenge, but you have to get them through a Democrat legislature. And I know you're laughing, sir, but odds are you're not going to get much done, are you?
Well, you know, we had a super majority against me when I ran for governor, became governor 3.5 years ago. We were able to pick up 6 seats in the General Assembly in Springfield in 2016, even though President Trump lost Illinois by almost 17 points. And I'm committed to picking up 9 seats in the General Assembly this election cycle. And if we do that, our corrupt political boss, Michael Madigan, who's been in the legislature since 1971, we get him gone and we'll make big changes.
Now, do you have to pay these pensions? I mean, is it the Constitution of the state of Illinois, the Constitution of the United States of America, that those pension payments are sacrosanct? So you've got to pay them. That means you've got to cut existing government services or existing government workers so you can pay your retirees. That's the situation you're in at the moment, correct?
Well, it's pretty accurate. We do have that obligation. It's a moral obligation, in my opinion, as well as a financial obligation. But there are constitutional changes we can make to our pension system that are fair to everyone. And I put forth a plan that would save us about $2 billion a year in pension reform. So that would be a material budget savings and help us balance our budget and get to a funding the pensions, number one. Number two, we have some of the most expensive government bureaucracy in America in Illinois, more than 7,000 units of local government. I sued AFSCME my first month in office 3.5 years ago to change the way they force government employees to pay union dues. I'm at the Supreme Court here in Washington right now. If we win our case that I started, we will transform the way government is structured and compensated and help our employees and our taxpayers.
Governor, that's the case that's before the Supreme Court right now, isn't it? The Janus case on
that's right.
Would you have to pay union dues?
That's right. I started that. It was Rauner versus AFSCME. Yep. I sued them and I signed an executive order on that 3.5 years ago. They kicked me out of the case after 6 months because I'm not an AFSCME member and I don't get paid. I'm a volunteer. But we're going to prevail in that case, and we can transform the balance of power between taxpayers and government workers all over the country.
Governor, I don't want to pile on the bad news or the negatives, but you do face an exodus of, say, wealthier, better paid people out of Illinois because of the new tax law.
That's exactly right.
Nothing
we are overtaxed.
We are
overtaxed. Oh, you know what? What we can do is pick up a few seats in the General Assembly. We only need a few, and we can make our economy more competitive. If we reduce the regulatory burden on our businesses with our workforce, with our location, with our transportation network, we could become one of the fastest growing states in America, and we'll grow our way out of our problems.
I'd like to end it on a positive, and you just did. Governor Bruce Rauner, thank you very much for joining us, sir. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Stuart.
Yes, sir.